Hi, this is Andrea, and I'm going to be doing a review of Amazon's Fire TV Stick. I got this on a special promotion for only $19. Retail, it's only $39, which is probably the prime reason why this is just a fantastic device. That, and it's highly portable. As you can see in the box, we have the remote, we have the stick itself. Underneath there's also an HDMI adapter. There's also the AC adapter, which powers the stick. Let me show you the stick first. In the side, you have this little hole, and that is basically the same connection that you'd use for an Android smartphone. So you may have that cable laying around anyway. The other end is a USB port. The USB goes into an AC adapter that plugs into the wall. This has to be powered because it's got a dual-core processor in it, and it basically needs juice to do its magic. This itself is connecting to a wireless network. Now that can be on the go. It could be in a motel room. As long as you have the password, you can go into settings and set that up. Setting it up on your home, you've got to have your home network password to set that up. Now once it's set up, you'll go through a tutorial. It's a video tutorial. It's really easy to follow. You will need the remote. Now you notice I have two remotes. I had purchased two of these, so this is out of the box. I thought it was just easier to show you. This little circle here is how you navigate. Left, right, up, down, and then when you decide on something, you press there to select it. Now, if you ever get lost, just hit the home button. That brings you right back to where you started. It's where you can add apps, you can check out games. On the left-hand side, you've got the return button. So if you went into something, say you selected something and you decided you didn't want it, you just hit the return. You, of course, have traditional rewind, fast forward, play, and pause. That's really about all there is. And this is a menu button that's a drop-down menu type thing. Super easy to use, kind of slick. I almost wish it had a different texture. It's being pretty nitpicky though. Tough to get in and get the batteries. There's no real notch or anything, and I had a tough time. It comes with two AAA batteries, which I thought was a nice addition as part of the package, but I would change that in future remotes. I'd put a little notch there so you could at least get it off of there. It's odd. If you lose this remote for some reason, you can buy a new one. They're about $15, or you can get the voice-activated one, which I think is about $30. You can also get the Android app, which is free on Amazon, to add basically voice search and navigation like this on your smartphone. I recommend that as a backup. I think that would be pretty handy to have in case I lose this. I believe they're working on an iOS app for Apple devices, but it hasn't yet come to pass. I didn't find it when I wrote this review and started this video review today. So, again, I don't work for Amazon. I don't work for any of these companies. I work for myself. I like to do reviews. It's a hobby. I really, really like this device. I am a cord cutter. I use Netflix on a daily basis. I use Amazon Prime Video. I love Prime Music. If you haven't got Prime, it's the best $99 I've ever spent. So, at $99 a year, tons of value in that. Hulu Plus, I also have that. I'm also using Pandora all the time. Really, really a slick device, very fast in its operation, and for $39, I don't think you can go wrong. You do get a little pamphlet in there, Fire Stick. You really don't even need it. It was more of a, yeah, you can set it up this way, but I promise you just plug it in, you'll get an online navigation that is so easy to follow. Anyone who's non-techie, and I'm all about folks like that learning how to do this, I think it's really important to feel empowered, and this is one way, even if you're not a cord cutter, to get some great entertainment. In the rest of the video, I'm just going to show you a little bit about what it can do and let you decide for yourself. If you have any comments or questions at the end of the video, please leave them, and I'll do my best to answer them. Okay, here's the Amazon Fire TV Stick hooked up on the back of my monitor to the HDMI 2 port. That's going to become important because we're going to look for that source when we go to look at the screen, because I'm going to have to switch from one source to another to view content wirelessly. So this is the home screen. This is what opens up after you've got your network connected and after you've gone through the basic intro. On the home screen, you navigate up and down using that little round thing. Prime videos, movies, TV. You can rent movies. You can look at Prime content if you're a Prime member. Watch list, anything you've added on other devices, even a Roku device. I've added these things with the Amazon app, and they show up here. video library. These are things that I may have rented or purchased. You've got games. You've got about 200 games you can add. Any games you've added for your Kindle, they will also be on the cloud and they'll show up here. You probably can play most of them. Apps, you've got all kinds of apps. You've got sports apps, you've got movies, foodie type stuff. You go into these categories like cooking. I've added all recipes. Let's say I wanted to do barbecue grill. I click on it, it's free. I click on it again, it will process it and it will download it. It downloads it to the device. If at a later date I want to remove it, I can. Downloading is taking away from the memory on your device. Any app you add will more than likely be taking that away. That may become an issue if you add tons of apps, but most people, I don't think they're going to have a big issue with it. It just really depends how many, probably games would take the most. And here's my Prime Music library that I have access to. Photos, any photos I've added to the cloud, as well as videos. And here's your settings. Settings are really important because in here you set up your parental controls, you can add controllers, you can, like I said, remove applications. This is one of the places you can do it. In the system, that's really important. Settings, system, click that. And you'll notice you can set a sleep timer. You can also see what network you're connected to. And if, for example, you're at a motel and you want to connect wirelessly and view your content that you already have, view Netflix or whatever, you just set up your network here. So I'm going to back out of that. Again, settings, system, network is where you do that. Also, your help section is in here. At the intro, when you set this up, there's a help video, and this is where you would find it to view it again, as well as troubleshooting, some basic stuff. They're all help videos in here. Really easy to find. Settings, help, and also your account info. And again, back to home. Anytime you're confused, just hit that home button and you're back at it. Let's just open up one thing so you can kind of see how fast the video opens up, and I'll leave you with Willy Wonka.